the style that players want to play in, Kevin, are the fast-paced, open-floor styles, which really allows you to showcase, number one, if you're a skilled basketball player. Number two, do you have great athleticism? Is speed your best attribute? To me, a free-flowing, fast-paced, sort of read and react system is the absolute ideal style.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Trier out there with Goose, and it's Harkless in at the 3 spot. And for the Jazz, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Bogdanovich out there with Joe Ingles, and it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Goose. Here's Randall. That one wide left. The new power rankings, they tell a great story. Look at Utah. They're in a bit of a holding pattern, hoping to take that next leap.
And you know, with the Knicks, they weren't supposed to be this effective at this point in the season. The question now is, can they sustain it?
Just 4 to shoot. Goose, the pass to Trier, and he gets the bucket.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars.
Utah's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Here's Mitchell. Randall grabs the board.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
No good from Goose. Robinson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
The Knicks shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. That one misses.
And the Utah fans known league-wide for their passion.
This is a very tough place to get a win on the road, Greg. You know that as well as anyone. You've got the elevation, second highest in the league, and as you mentioned, those fans are loud, proud, and passionate.
Passes it to Trier. Here's Goose. Launches a 3. Doesn't go that time.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Now here's Conley, guarded by Goose. And it's Conley penetrating. Sweet little floater.
Gotta admire how clever Conley is. Gifted at catching the defense off guard with that soft floater.
Goose, the pass to Trier. New York moving it around. Lets it go from deep, and he trains the 3. Good-looking shot there from Goose.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Conley left side. From 12 feet out. That one, no good. The Knicks go the other way with it. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
Well, you know this, Greg, because you played in the NBA. You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
And so it's New York with it. Michael Conley getting his 3 to go. Lets it go with a 3. The shot's good from Goose. Goose has got 6.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Now, here's Mitchell. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And equally spent as much energy on his D. I mean, 4 steals kind of tell the story.
Here's Trier, following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. Robinson passes to Goose. From deep, and again, New York with the triple.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
And Greg, you know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Mitchell kicks to Gobert. Floats one up. And it's Mitchell missing.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Here's Randall. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
Here's Conley. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And over the course of his career, Mike Conley taking on more and more of the leadership mantle.
He's embraced it, Kevin, and he said letting his hair down was a way of letting go and just being confident in himself.
Here's Trier, who's coming off a 13-point game against the Lakers in Los Angeles. Frames it from beyond the arc.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
They recover. They got him on the arm, but it still can. Utah shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And Doris, Rudy Gobert has come a long way as a finisher.
No doubt, Kevin. He has led the league in field goal percentage, and they have worked so hard to get his balance and strength correct. This guy is becoming more and more dangerous as a scorer.
Pass to Conley. Up top, Gobert. Conley, the pass to Mitchell. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 3 assists in the game. Now the pass to Trier. Now here's Randall. Pass to Goose. 3-pointer. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in. In this quarter, this is nicely done.
Here's Conley. Robinson with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. Clarkson, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. Bobby Portis is checked in for the Knicks. Here's Conley. 20 points for him last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. But they'll get another chance. Six on the shot clock. Again, Conley missing.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Shoots the 3. Rebound, Utah. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And really, I thought what was the difference in that game, offensive rebounding, or the lack thereof, a lot of one-and-dones in that game.
You know, if you're going to create more points, you need to create extra possessions, and getting wiped out on the boards kept that from happening.
Mitchell wide open. Gets an open look and hits. Mitchell's got the game tied up here for Utah.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
Passes to Goose. Takes a 3. He can't get that one to fall. Good work defensively by Conley. Rob. And here's the fast break. Here's Portis. And Portis throws it down.
And surprisingly, a firm throwdown. And that's a little bit out of character, Kevin.
It is, Greg. You're right. He's got plenty of size to attack the basket, but rarely does.
Well, he found an opening he liked that time and took full advantage of what the defense gave him.
Here is Conley. The Knicks making the shot. And he drops it in from the low post. Conley's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Here's Goose, covered by Conley. From deep 3-point range. The Knicks rebound. Here's Goose. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Lakers.
And let's not forget about the assist. This guy as a playmaker was a driving force for that offense.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Goose. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, a bit reckless right there. That's his 2nd foul, and he can't afford to pick up a 3rd.
And the Jazz with some changes. George Niang, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. The Knicks also changing it up. Taj Gibson's checked in for Robinson. And Damian Dotson subbed in for Alonzo Trier. Now here's Moutier. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
You can see the improving court awareness of Emmanuel Moutier, having an understanding for when to find his guys.
Here's Goose. Pass to Portis. Gobert against Gibson. Missed three there from Goose.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Poked away. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Bradley's checked in for Utah. From the inbound, Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 8th rebound here tonight. On the court for the Knicks, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Goose out there with Trier, and it's Harkless in at the 3 slot. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Goose, in their last matchup against the Lakers, really contributed. He had 13 points and played tremendous defense as well, really causing havoc on both ends of the floor. That was just the latest in a string of very productive games for him. We'll see if he can keep this streak going, Kevin.
Thanks, David. He took command, and Greg really led the fight for his team.
You like someone who's willing to take control. But then again, tonight could turn out to be a different story.
I think, Greg, he's got to find the appropriate balance between not forcing it and not settling. I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
Robinson passes to Trier. Here's Goose. Shot clock reset for the Knicks. The pass to Trier. Just 5 to shoot. From past the arc. And another 3 from Goose. Goose has got 27 points.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Guys, when you consider the New York Knicks roster, there is some talent amongst their young players. More than a handful of their guys in their first 3 years in the league. Kevin Knox, Mr. Robinson, and Mr. Dotson all could be factors for them in the future.
Now Mitchell after the missed 3 from Goose. And Bogdanovich kicks to Gobert. To the inside, Conley, and that one good. Conley's got 10 points in the game.
Well, Rudy Gobert stands 7'1", and he's an unselfish guy. It puts the pass on the money.
Doris with the youth. The Knicks added Dennis Smith to that bunch as well.
No doubt, Kevin. This was a player they had their eyes on. So when you couple Dennis Smith Jr. with some of the young assets they've collected over the last couple of years, there's a ton of young talent coming up in New York right now.
Here's Mitchell after the made shot from Goose. New York with the ball. They're on an 11-2 run. From downtown, here's Robinson, and he uses the glass on the layup. Robinson's got 4 this quarter.
And guys, you'd have to say this run really triggered by their transition offense. Okay now, Conley.
Now here's Conley. Defense right on him. Outside, Bogdanovich. And a miss there on the triple. The Knicks leading by 17. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And with this break, why don't we check out the hottest shooting point guards over the last month? And you look at Goose, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
And he's been even more accurate with his shooting than he's been with his passing. Just a terrific percentage from the field.
You have to keep in mind, a lot of those shots are coming from the perimeter. To have that kind of field goal percentage from the point guard spot is pretty amazing.
Here's Goose. He's got 32. Pass to Trier. New York moving the ball around. Robinson against Gobert. Here's Goose. They double him with Mitchell. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Knocked loose. Here's Goose. A three-pointer off the mark. Jazz trailed by 18. Bogdanovich passes to Mitchell. Passes it to Conley. Shot clock at 6. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time, Greg. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And already over a decade in the league for Mike Conley, he never got past the numbers game to make the All-Star team in the crowded Western Conference. But make no mistake about it, Conley is star caliber.
The shot's good from Goose.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Goose. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And Greg, you talked to Conley. He'll admit he's been frustrated trying to break through and get that recognition.
Still, the way he plays the game, not focused on his individual numbers, unselfish, and focused on what the team needs to win.
Here's Trier. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Goose, the pass to Robinson. There's the triple. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Jazz, trailing by 19. Gobert against Robinson. Here's Mitchell. Another miss by Utah. New York shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. Here's Robinson. Banked in off the glass. Robinson's got 6 in the quarter.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Utah's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Conley kicks to Bogdanovich. To the paint. Here's Gobert. That ball. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Gobert's got 5 now.
Well, Gobert is 7'1", and that in and of itself means he's difficult to contain. This guy really understanding how to play through contact.
Here's Goose. He has 38 in the game. Doubled by Conley. Stolen by Michael Conley. Plays it in off the breakaway. Conley's got 19 points.
Well, individually, he is doing everything he can in this 12-minute session, but he's just not getting enough help.
34 seconds left to play in the first half. And here's Randall. 14 points from him the last game against the Lakers. The pass to Goose. Jacks up a 3. Good! Another from 3.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps knocking them down from deep.
Craig, he has just exploded from beyond the arc. That last make tying him for second in most threes in a game. Bogdanovich looking around, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Bogdanovich has got himself on the board with 3 there. And so it's the New York Knicks out in front by 17 points. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter. wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We've seen a tremendous game from Goose.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Jazz, Mitchell is the 2 with Ingles at the 3. Bogdanovich out there with Gobert, and it's Conley in at the point guard position. So it's the Knicks now, following the miss by Donovan Mitchell. Here's Randall. It's stolen by Ingles. Inside, here's Bogdanovich. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles. Bogdanovich has got the first bucket of the third here for the Jazz. Goose, the pass to Trier. Here's Goose from outside the arc, and again for 3.
There it is, a shot that puts him at the top of the record books.
Well, Greg is now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what, Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, "I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul, and they were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft."
Good, another from 3.
And that is a 3 that will put him in the record books.
A historic performance by a historically good shooter. One of the best games anybody has ever had.
And he takes a breather from his ongoing three-point barrage. What a game.
Doing damage, Greg, on the road. Talk about a big-time performance. Wow.
I'll tell you, we knew he could shoot with range, but this barrage of threes has been nothing short of spectacular.
And the Jazz with some changes. Clarkson comes in for Joe Ingles, and it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. And then for New York, Bobby Portis comes in for Mitchell Robinson, and it's Peyton in for Alonzo Trier. Gobert, count the basket.
How about the splendid concentration from the Frenchman, Rudy Gobert, excellent at converting while getting hit.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Knicks. The Jazz have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
Because of Rudy Gobert's thin frame, people were trying to take advantage of him early physically in his career. For the Jazz, they wanted him to get stronger, get in the weight room, and become more of a problem.
Here's Goose. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. That's now 8 points for Bobby Portis.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's the floater. Here's Moutier, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Bobby Portis.
Well, when Emmanuel Moutier has got deep post position, boy, he is going to attack and earn the trip to the stripe.
And for 7-footers like Gobert, it seems, Doris, there's more risk of injury.
Well, everything the Jazz organization has done with Rudy has focused from the core down. They want to make sure their big man has functional strength that eases pressure on the knees and ankles. Both of those areas have been so problematic for guys his size. I think most people consider Salt Lake City not a big free agent destination. So the Jazz are what they call a pipeline team. And what does that mean? It means they have to draft and develop their talent internally.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And the Jazz say they need a fundamentally sound process to building their roster. Doris, no shortcuts.
Well, there's no question about that, Kevin. This is a group that has to be value-spaced with their free agent acquisitions in a small market. The draft picks have got to be smart. Their teaching and cultivating of that talent and development is absolutely critical.
Here's Goose. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. Sinks the three-pointer.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Goose. That's... .157 left to play in the third. Back to Trier. Pass to Goose. The tray kept alive by New York.
Yeah, just nice hustle there. That work gets them the extra possession.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on... Five seconds left in the game. So no problem for New York as they get the win.